The camera is now more on you. I gotta fix that.
So fix it.
Tired.
You can't be tired every time you don't want to do something.
Untrue. Because I am.
Yeah, you've proven that to be true all these years. As soon as you don't want to do stuff, you're tired. Welcome to another episode of Thank You for Your Services podcast. This is a podcast made by us two for you guys. This was birthed out of, conversations between the two of us. Usually Matt would be cutting my hair, and we'd be venting to each other about one thing or another, and usually work. And it's more, again, this is more so for all of you out there who have shitty jobs, like we've had shitty jobs. And what else, Matt? I'm blanking.
Should I do a moment of silence before I start?
No.
Welcome to another episode.
I say no, and then you do it anyway.
Welcome to another episode of
Thank You for Your
Services podcast, the podcast dedicated to the working world, you, the listeners, and your shitty jobs. And sometimes the military, because that's what I do for a living, and whatever it is that Tom does. Yeah. Tonight, I don't want to talk about Halloween anymore tonight.
Well, Halloween was over 2 weeks ago.
Yes. But it is Veterans Day. And
it was Veterans Day.
Oh my God, you and your fucking time machine bullshit. So it's Veterans Day, and I ran 3 miles with my weighted vest on this morning, and I am... I'm fucking so tired right now.
And you're screaming, too.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not even talking all the way into the microphone. Do you just have me turned up a whole bunch?
No, I told you I had to turn you down.
That was from last week.
I turned you down already.
You did another podcast since then, which is...
No, I didn't.
Go ahead and plug your other podcast.
I'm not ready to plug it. Keep talking about your day, you fucking goofball. What's wrong with you?
No, so we had off today, which was nice. My week didn't start off super busy. I did a lot of computer work this week, which I hate doing. I hate staring at a computer. But it ended up being a very, very, very busy day, last couple days, and I fucking fell 2 days ago, and I bruised my tailbone. I've been in a lot of pain the last 3 days now.
And yet you ran.
Yeah. In the rain.
It's arguably the worst way to run. Oops.
No, it was still warm out, which was nice. So yeah, I ran. But yeah, I'm in pain. It more hurts to sit than to stand.
Get some pillows or something.
No, I'm good because it doesn't matter if I'm on a hard surface or a soft surface. It's just because like I sat on the couch this morning and I was like, oh my God, it like hit me good. It's like I swear it's like I bruised my fucking prostate, bro. It fucking hurts. But it's getting there. It's getting better. You got to just keep stretching it and walking it off. I brought it up in our safety meeting yesterday. That because they're like, hey, we want some near misses this week, and I raised my hand. I said I fell, and everybody's laughing. And I said I feel like I split my ass crack all the way up my spine. Everybody loved that fucking joke. I bet. Which is not even a very funny joke, but these guys laugh at like the very like humor that's not like complex, I should say.
So they laugh at simple things.
They laugh at the simple things, yeah. Yeah, like he said ass, you know what I mean?
Like most people.
I guess.
Understand that most people's like humor bar is way low.
You think so? You think most people?
Yes.
But why do you think Adult Swim is so popular?
Because it's for kids, and it's not.
Adult Swim is?
Yes.
I would say most of that humor is for adults.
Maybe you would think that, but I think people's sense of humor matures more early than you think. Do you not remember that when we were young and Adult Swim was like brand new?
Yeah.
It was marketed as like for adults, and the only people watching it were kids
teenagers.
Our age.
No, but I'm saying they grew with their audience. So by the time we were in our 20s, that the humor evolved quite a bit. So what was remember the show with John C. Reilly and it was supposed to look like a daytime television
The one
series.
with Dr. Steve Brule?
Yes.
I don't remember what it's called.
I don't remember what it's called either, but the guys who I was in my old band with fucking loved that show. I thought it was funny.
People still like that show.
No, I know. It was like that cringe humor, but that's very complex humor. Like, it's not for everybody, right?
Yeah.
When you say, like, so...
I thought Robot Chicken was funnier than that.
Robot Chicken's extremely funny, yeah.
Yeah. Especially the early stuff.
You know that was created by, well, Seth Green, but the other guy is the guy from Road Trip?
Yes.
That's wild.
What's in your clear liquid cup with a spoon in it?
A spoon.
You stir in your water?
So I put Propel powder in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you keep the spoon in there.
Yeah.
Careful. Do not drink that spoon.
No, I won't. So I keep the spoon in there because I only do half a packet at a time. So then I just pour the other half in and then I mix it up.
What? You do what?
Is she laughing at you?
I hope so.
What are you laughing at over there?
Le-
Tom just did the same thing I do. What?
Why is that such a weird concept for you guys?
Why would you put in half a packet,
Glass.
drink it,
What?
and then drink?
It's 1 packet per 16-ounce glass.
Well, I like half a packet.
And then you get down and you put more in? Or do you put the rest, or do you put the second half of the packet in another glass?
I just put the second packet in another glass.
Well, then say that.
How would you not know that? What do you think? I'm insane? You think I'm
Yes!
pouring an
Yes,
empty?
we do!
You think I'm pouring an empty half of a packet of Propel into an empty glass? You both are idiots.
Okay. Oh, whatever you say, Propel guy.
Well, I'm doing just fine over here. Why don't you eat your fucking half a pretzel that you thought was one? First of all, 2 pretzels in a pack, and you think it's half of a pretzel.
No, I thought that one of these.
No,
Like
you're
this.
changing your answer now.
No, I'm not. I said this is 1/2 of a pretzel because these Wawa pretzels are sold like this in singles or in a double like this. And I thought that the double pack was actually 1 pretzel. You proved me wrong.
I did.
This if it was sold like this is 1 single pretzel.
That is 1 pretzel.
I thought the opposite. So what?
So what? You just got on me with the fucking Propel.
When I worked at Wawa,
Oh
we
my
called
God.
them half a pretzel also, sir. You can ask Garrett, who worked at my Wawa with me.
I don't want to ask Garrett.
Me either.
Because
Fuck 'em.
because I'm not a fucking idiot who thought that it was 1 pretzel. Everyone else knows the answer to that.
Okay.
It's 2 pretzels.
I'm going to put a poll up with this episode and we'll see who thinks what.
I'll put my poll up you.
Okay.
See? That would have gotten an army laugh.
See, that was a low that's
That
a lowbrow joke.
That is lowbrow. That's not complex at all. That's a stupid joke.
It was a silly little pun about
you know what?
about your poll.
But you wanted to laugh.
I did.
Yeah. You held it back. You held
I
it back.
did laugh.
You
I
almost
chuckled.
laughed.
It wasn't fucking hysterical.
It was
a
pretty
chuckle.
good. It was pretty good.
Anyway.
Are you excited to go see Big J?
Fucking holy shit, yes I am.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
I can't wait to see that show. Let me look that up. That's fucking, it's coming up sooner than I
You don't
thought.
have to look it up. I know what day it is. It's the
It's-
day after Thanksgiving. It's that Friday. It's Black Friday.
It's 8 days from the day that this comes out.
Okay.
So it's 2 weeks from today.
Yeah. All right. Can I tell you what I've been doing this week? Or do you not care? I'm going to tell you anyway. So I finally cleaned up the
Why
basement.
would you phrase it like that? That was so rude.
you not to ask.
Well, if you would let me ask the question instead of jumping on my shit.
Go ahead.
I would have asked you the question.
Go ahead.
Do you know what question I'm going to ask you?
Having a clue.
Neither do I. Actually,
All right. So this week,
What's on your mind?
baby.
Sweet.
Oh.
Sweet baby.
So
With your little Propel packets.
okay.
Why don't you just get a bigger
Once
glass?
again, what do you mean?
If you need
Why would I do that?
Because then you can just use one packet.
Because I don't want to use one packet. I want to use half a packet at a time, make them last longer.
See, this is
I don't need a full packet each time. Sometimes it's too propelly.
Okay. You're a propeller head.
You're a fucking propeller. You look like you should wear one of those propeller hats from the 50s.
Stop that.
You're welcome, listeners. So, this week, since I've been...
People don't like that.
Love it. They love it.
No, they don't.
They don't like it. They love it.
That's not what I've heard from listeners, by the way.
Who's writing in?
I'll tell you off air, by the way.
Oh, my God. All right. So, actually, I don't care. I'm going to keep doing it anyway. So...
Contrarian cunt.
So... I got back into learning how to code. I started working on learning how to code before I left for deployment a couple of years ago.
That's
And
scary.
What is?
It's a lot of work.
Coding? It's a hell of a lot of work. You learn an entirely new language. You learn how to talk to computers. I mean, we were talking about this before.
Languages that you speak to electronics that only you understand.
Yeah, exactly. So I came up with a concept for a game 2 years ago, and I made it, I made the partial game in a simpler program. That was you this time.
That was awful.
That was you. Maybe the listeners don't like when you do that. Oh my God. What's going on with you? It's that pretzel, bro.
I suppose it is.
It's the bread.
All the yeast in the water, yeah.
Yeah. You're just blowing up in there. So anyway, I started making a concept for a game, or I'm sorry, I made the concept for the game. I started making the game, and I made one level, and I was like, this is cool, but I want to do something else. I want to do something I'm more passionate about. I like the character I came up with and stuff, but so then I started.
You're a storyline guy.
No, I know, but I'm also a huge horror fan, and I made yeah. But what I wanted to do was I really wanted to make a game where you play as Freddy Krueger trying to kill all the teenagers. So, but then yesterday I discovered that somebody else actually made that game in the 90s. They did what's called a demake of an NES game, and it was pretty interesting.
What is a demake?
It is
a remake that's D level?
It is a how do I explain a demake? Because it's different than a hack or anything. People who are gamers who are listening right now, they're probably like, "Oh, it's probably a hack." It's not a hack. This person basically made an entirely new game.
Gamers, right in.
With different graphics completely. With a whole different storyline and everything. They made it. It's called Nightmare on Elm Street, Son of 100 Maniacs. And look it up on YouTube. There's only I think 2 videos of guys playing it. And you should get them more views because they only have 80 views on it or something. And I've been watching it. It's really, really cool. So you play as Freddy Krueger, and you can take different forms, and you're trying to kill the teenagers. But I wanted to do the same thing, but maybe now I'll do it with I'll probably still do that with Freddy. But then I started thinking there's an art show coming up soon. Are you trying to look it up?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of cool, right? The graphics are very reminiscent of Commodore 64 graphics.
It's very elementary, yeah.
Well, yes and no.
The YouTube account, if anyone is curious, is 8-Bit Slasher.
That's right. I forgot what it was called.
I mean, it's more than I could probably create with a computer.
Dude, that's what I mean. It's
pretty cool.
Really hard to create games. So I started 2 years ago learning how to code on something called Pico 8. Which is essentially a virtual console, which means I think I've talked about this on here before. Was it last week? Did I talk about this last week?
I don't think so.
So it's a console. It's a gaming console that doesn't exist physically, but you can download it for $15 onto your computer, and then you can code on it, and then everyone else who has this same console downloaded can also play your game whenever they want. But when they play your game, they can also look at all of your code.
So it's a lot like SoulSeek, but for games.
I don't know what SoulSeek is.
SoulSeek is a platform. It's a lot like I'm describing it secondhand. I've never used it before because I've always grown up with Mac computers.
Me too.
So I couldn't.
Yeah.
But it's essentially like you remember the Pirate Bay?
Yeah.
And the way torrents work is that I'm pretty sure once you downloaded a torrent, your download of it was also accessible. No, that's what SoulSeek is. So you download files, and then other SoulSeek users have access to your files. So you're essentially sharing them with everybody.
Okay. Yeah.
It sounds similar
like
to that.
But what's cool about it, because everything is open source. So
Right.
So say I created this game, of this Freddy Krueger game, whatever, and then somebody was like, "Oh, I really like that, but I'm gonna go. I want to do it, and then I want to change a bunch of stuff and make my own thing out of what this person made." Then they can copy my code and then change the code and make their game, and it just continues on the cycle. It's really cool.
There's a Mario game like that.
There's a million Mario games like that.
But it was like a wide release Nintendo version. It was called Mario Creator
Mario
or
Maker.
Something. Yeah, that's it.
Mario Maker. Yeah, that's where you like design the levels and stuff with existing sprites and all that stuff.
It sounds a lot like Roblox too.
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, it is like that. You build your own things, but
Roblox is like the mainstream version of that.
Right. I was going to say the difference is
kids.
This you actually have to do if and statements or if
It's like Excel formulas.
if
I
then
understand that.
if then statements, not like
It is
maybe
like that.
maybe it is. Yeah,
It is
yeah.
like that. I've written formulas like that.
Right. So yeah, you have to say like if X equals greater than, or if X equals 64 pixels, then Y equals 64 pixels, and then that'll put like your character in the middle of a 128 by 128 pixel screen.
This is the exact same thing as Excel formulas. I understand this now.
Oh, okay. So I feel like you would. Well, you're not really like a gamer,
No.
but you might find it interesting to watch the code.
Perhaps, yeah.
It's really it is. It's cool. Anyway, so I started getting into that, but there's an art show coming up in March that I really want to participate in. I've never done art that has been displayed besides music.
Yeah, that's kind of
Or
super
like
on display.
I used to right, but I used to make like movies and stuff. I'm talking about like a solid piece that I put out for people to like.
You mean like a tangible piece?
Like a tangible
painting
piece.
or something.
Right, exactly. I've never done a painting. I've made toys and stuff. I've talked about that on here before. That people bought, but this is a toy. Oh, excuse me.
It's a toy.
It's so
A sculpture or a
no,
toy?
This is going to be, I don't know how to explain it. So
Try.
it's going to be a soft-bodied, posable Freddy Krueger doll that you're going to push a button and he's going to say a quote from the first film. And I'm
Okay.
going to wire everything up, and I'm going to use wires inside of him to make him posable. But I'm also going to sew everything. I'm going to hand make everything. I'm even going to sculpt the head and make a plastic mold of it. Like a plastic copy, the old school way.
So it's a lot like that that Pee Wee Herman doll without the pull string.
Exactly like that.
But with a button instead
And I
of
really
a pull
wanted to
string.
make a pull string.
Is it
And
harder?
It is a lot harder, yeah. And I really wanted to make a pull string, and I started looking into how to make a pull string. I was researching it for hours this morning, and I was like, if I make a pull string, I feel like it's not going to come out exactly how I want it. I actually own a pull string Freddy doll from the 80s. It was made by Matchbox, if you can believe that.
I can.
It's really cool. You've seen it up in my case up there.
Mel
really,
has-
really cool.
Mel has two pull string Pee Wee dolls.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are cool. So it's going to be just like that, except he's going to be posable, and you're going to press a button, and he's going to say a quote from the first film. But like I said, I'm going to hand make everything. So it'll be, truly like living art. Like not living art, but
Tangible.
it'll be art you can pick up and play with. And I'm going to display it. I'm going to probably put it out for display for a bunch of money. And just see if any, I have a feeling nobody's going to take it because I kind of want to just keep it. But if somebody offers me, the amount of money I'm going to put it up, it's like, okay, I can't really say no.
Like a couple $100 or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, something super high, but if they said yeah, you wouldn't be like, I don't know.
Right, yeah. Plus, everything's gonna be handmade. You know,
It's gonna have, it'll have to be worth your effort.
exactly. I mean, it's gonna take me months to do this.
What is that, bespoke? What is that fucking called?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Bespoken?
Nah, bespoke is like something super custom.
Really? That's what that word means?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even think I've ever heard that word.
Speaking of bespoke,
Yeah.
you can get your box of awesome with bespoke post with your promo code. Fuck you. Bespoke means custom made, said especially of clothes. So it just means custom.
Oh, that's cool.
Customized.
Yeah, I love to sew, and now that the haunt's over, I can get back into my sewing, and I'm gonna make, I'm also gonna make the arms elastic, so you can pull his arms out to a certain length, like in the first film when he stretches his arms. That's one of my favorite scenes. I think people find that scene cheesy now. I still think it's creepy as hell.
I mean, there's a lot of cheesy shit from those movies. The first and second ones, though, are pretty damn great.
They are great. It's so funny that I remember the first time I heard about the second one being like about coming out or being gay. Like that's like the big like secret now is like that movie is about that. I never noticed that as a kid. I just thought it was a really scary movie about something, monster taking over your body. It's pretty cool. I still love the second movie. The first two are my favorite. It all goes in order for me. 1 through 7.
Oh, straight up like numerical order is your favorites?
Yeah, honestly. Oh well, no, actually, I like New Nightmare better than Freddy's Dead, and then the remake I won't ever even watch it again.
How recent is the remake?
2010. So it's 12 years old by now.
But still,
it's pretty bad. Have you seen it?
Nah. I've only ever seen. I'm pretty sure I've only seen the first Freddy movie.
Wait, really?
If I've seen other ones, I don't remember them.
You never saw Dream Warriors?
I don't remember.
Damn.
So
Dream Warriors is like everybody's favorite. First one's still my favorite. I like Heather Langenkamp's performance of Nancy. I still think it holds up I think it holds up today as like a responsible, just regular teenager. They don't try to make her, overly sexual. They don't try to make her overly nerdy. Like none of the like
or like too intelligent for an adolescent teenager.
Yeah, they just make her like your average kid survivor. I don't know. I just thought she was awesome. Like she really inspired me as a kid to be like, oh, like you can figure things out. You can get into some bad situations, but you can survive. I think Wes Craven made a lot of movies like that, because if you watch like The Last House on the Left, or like which I mean isn't the best example, but I guess The Hills Have Eyes, the original Hills Have Eyes, about people just surviving, these suburban people thrown into this situation where this kid his whole family is killed and he has to fight his way out of the situation. I don't know, it's pretty cool. So have you seen the original Hills Have Eyes?
No.
I don't know if you'd like it. You've seen the remake, right? From like 2006.
I don't remember it. It's been too long.
Oh man, that one's really good also.
Well, I'll have to remember that if I come across it.
Yeah.
As like if I'm scrolling through things to watch and I see it, I'll be like, "Oh, that." That's how I stumbled across that remake from 2014 that you were like, you didn't see the original, and I was like, no, and you're like, you're stupid, and I was like, no, I'm not stupid. I just don't like old movies. The original was from the 50s.
What? Original what?
Oh my god, I
from
can't
2014.
Yeah, it was either 2013 or 14 that the remake is from, where the fuck, this is so stupid. The movie is about like people watch the original movie in this town.
Oh, the town that dreaded sundown.
The town that dreaded sundown.
Yeah, the original's from the 70s.
I thought it was, you said 50s or something.
No. It takes place in the 40s.
Okay.
So
sure.
the original film is based on the real Phantom Killer, the Texarkana Killer, who still to this day has never been caught.
Well, he's probably dead by now, so.
I hope so. Like,
He'd be a really grumpy old 99-year-old then.
But then the remake from 2013 or 2014.
That's the one I saw.
The whole town celebrates every year, and they watch the movie, the town of Texarkana, and then there's another killer imitating the Phantom Killer, and
it was two people.
Yeah, I know, but I wasn't going to spoil it for the listeners.
Well, it sucked. Don't watch it.
It did not suck. It was actually pretty good. If you're a horror fan, you'll probably like it.
All right, Act 1 and Act 2 were fucking awesome, but the end was so dumb.
I can kind of agree.
It took me completely out of it. I immediately went from loving it to I was like, I don't like this anymore. I did
that with Men. The
movie Men.
Yeah.
I heard the end is crazy.
The end is so dumb.
Let's spoil it. Because I don't want to watch it.
Okay, spoiler alert for the movie Men.
If you haven't seen the movie Men and you plan on it, that came out this year?
It did, yeah.
If you plan on seeing the movie Men, the horror movie, stop listening or fast forward in 3, 2, 1. What is the plot, first of all? Because I couldn't tell at all from the trailer.
So, this woman, she's trying to take a vacation because her husband recently killed himself, and she saw it happen. He jumped off of a building. And so she keeps seeing
That'll do it, if you're wondering.
And he, basically she saw him, she saw his body.
She saw the whole thing, yeah.
Sort of the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, because then you find out. Anyway, so she's trying to take this vacation in the countryside in this small town in, I don't know, Ireland or something.
That's mistake number 1. Keep going.
Right. And she just starts noticing there's it's almost like, okay. Now, the film is beautifully shot, great script, great everything except for the end. I'll just say that.
It's
Everything
A24, isn't it?
Yeah, but that doesn't automatically make it good.
I'm not saying it was. I'm not saying it was good.
Okay, but that is A24.
But a lot of A24 movies are very well shot.
They're very well shot. And the colors in this film, the main actress, is incredible. I mean, you really...
That sounds like an A24 film to me.
Yeah, she is such a good actress. I would put her on par with another actress in the A24 family, Noomi Rapace. She's also the main character in Prometheus. If you've seen Prometheus,
I put it on
and the original girl with the dragon tattoo.
Okay,
the
original one.
The original one, not the one with Rooney Mara. But yeah, Noomi Rapace. I always switch her name around. Anyway, so she's away in the countryside. Yeah, she rents this house, and the guy she rents the house from, nice guy. He's kind of got dad energy kind of a thing. Anyway, he leaves, and she gets followed home at one point by a naked guy, and she calls the police. And he leaves, and she goes into town. Now, everyone in this town looks like the guy she's renting the house from. So it's very odd and off-putting, and she doesn't notice for most of the film. They're all played by the same guy. They just put a different hair on him or different makeup. They change him around a little bit, but it's the same guy. So... And then now, and everyone she talks to just keeps saying in some form that it was her fault that her husband killed himself. Now, cut to, you find out what happened between her and her husband. He hit her. He was very abusive. He was constantly threatening suicide if she ever left him. He was very verbally abusive for years, and she finally got the guts to leave him because he hit her. And then on the same day, he jumped off of the building as she was in her apartment.
So he was a trifecta. He was physical, mental, and emotional.
Exactly, yes.
Gotcha.
And then you find out, I think what happened was he was gonna jump, and then he decided not to, but then he tripped, and he ended up falling off the building, and he fell onto this gothic like wrought iron gate.
Of course.
And it was pretty violent.
That is the worst thing to fall on, in case you were wondering.
Yeah, that's fucking horrifying. But so at the end, you find out that the guy she rented the house from, all the other people in the town that look like this one guy, it's actually like this ancient god, this like forest god that has been trying to manipulate her. And I think
Why?
I think he needed her body for something.
Why her?
It's been a couple months since I watched it. Because she was an emotional. I mean, gods do what they do, and we don't really know why. It's like the same reason like aliens do what they do, and we can't really say for sure why. Like there sometimes there's just things that humans can't comprehend. The reason maybe like demons will take over somebody's body.
Weirdest thing, every alien I talk to, they're a real shut-in. They don't want to tell me anything. Same with gods too.
What? I can't push a button.
No.
Really?
That was the applause button anyway.
I know.
You can't push that button every time. It's not the right button. God damn it.
Oh yeah, that one. Crickets.
You
B
have to
for crickets.
You have to hold it also.
I know.
Anyway.
But you smacked my fingers off when I was going to put applause on.
This guy stinks!
Anyway.
So, you see this end scene is so long. It's like the Return of the King with the Lord of the Rings. It has like 3 fucking endings.
So the entire like third act is the end?
Yeah. It's about a half hour of end.
Good Lord.
It's nuts. Yeah. It shouldn't have been that long of an ending. And he keeps like dying and then rebirthing himself.
Oh, dude. Smile was like that too. The end was just too fucking long.
The end of Smile was too long, but I liked it.
So keep going, sorry.
No, that's it. Basically, this god kept killing itself and then rebirthing itself over and over again. Ugh. And it was like, okay, once would have been cool. Maybe twice would have been fine. It kind of proves this point that it can just keep dying and reliving and stuff. But it did it like 40 times. And it just kept moving closer to her and doing it. And I was like, dude, this is taking me and Liz, my wife.
How was it killing itself?
It was just dying out.
It's a tree god?
It's like when you put SpongeBob
just wilts
out of water. Like it was like doing that. Yeah, it was like wilting away for like, but it all in like 2 seconds, and then it would
way to die.
And then it would come back.
Why wouldn't it just burn itself?
Because So, and then I think she ends up her ghost, the ghost of her husband, comes to like visit her, and she just gives this like slight like smile at the end, and then you're supposed to be like, oh, she's okay being on her own, I guess. And it was fucking. It wasn't a good ending. I'll say that. It was a very bad ending, and it could have been a great film. I mean, it could have been a perfect movie. Everything was great up until that ending.
I mean, that's largely the critique I hear is the end is too crazy.
It's too much.
Yeah, that's what I've heard over and over and over. The end is too fucking much.
Yeah, that's fine. We're getting a Scream 6.
Great.
Yeah, I know. The Scream 5 was so bad.
Can't wait for more Scream.
I really hated that movie. The only thing I liked about it was Jenna Ortega, the lead actress. I think she has a home in the horror community has accepted her with open arms. She's been in now a couple of horror films, and she plays Wednesday Addams in the new Addams Family series that's coming out.
Is she young or something?
She is.
Series, never mind.
Yeah, she is young though. She's only like, I want to say like 20 or 21 or something, or maybe even 19. Yeah, maybe like 20
she's
or
a
21.
kid.
She's still like a kid, yeah. But she's really cool. Like,
sure,
she really likes doing horror.
Okay,
is what I'm saying. Like, not every actress, a lot of actresses might do one horror film and then never do one again.
I think that's what the trope used to be. But I think people understand that it is a viable genre to make cool shit in.
Oh,
now.
most certainly is. But like, I would say like a lot of actresses, yeah, they use it as their stepping stone and then they abandon it. But Jenna Ortega is one of those actresses where I feel like she could play anything in any type of film, and she's choosing to stay within the horror genre, at least for now. And I dig that. I think that's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so she was good in Scream 5, but everyone else was terrible. I mean, just awful. I'll go see Scream 6 because I do want to see, like, I just want to, I like Scream. I like the whodunits,
Sure. Now, what else is on your mind, baby boy?
Oh, God.
You wee baby.
I get very stressed at work some days. Something happened recently where a coworker. See, I can't say names. I can't get too descriptive because I don't want to.
You can also make up a name.
No. I know. But what I'm saying is, okay. So a coworker left some hardware inside of the helicopter, and I had said to them, "Hey, do you want to put that in my bag?" And they were like, "No, we'll just leave it there, and then we'll just know it's there."
I thought
You're not supposed to do that. You're 100% not supposed to do that.
you can't leave anything in.
No, you can't. You can't. But we were working on something that we had to take something out, and we're going to put it back in. So the hardware to keep the thing in was left on the aircraft. Well, we were trying to go right back out there, but we didn't have we didn't have a piece that we needed right away. So it took like 20 minutes.
Too long.
Well, in that time, they moved the aircraft. Oh my God, Tom, when I tell you, my fucking heart was racing. I thought the hardware dropped. I ran out to that bird, and so if you drop hardware inside of the helicopter, it can't fly. You'll down the aircraft until you find that piece of hardware. It's called FOD. I've talked about it on here before.
Foreign object debris.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but luckily the hardware stayed in place of where it was at. I don't know how, but we lucked out big time. Let me think.
So you get stressed out at work because of things like that, or
Yeah.
or that particularly stressed you out?
That stressed me out. It's just people there's so many there's so many steps you can take to make sure you don't have to do extra work, and people won't just take that little extra 20 seconds, that 30 seconds of
It's a pretty long time.
but it's not to save you hours of
I'm joking.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the same thing with there are little things just like in your
No,
coding.
please, yeah.
There are formulas in Excel that save you gobs and gobs of time.
Okay.
And that's the whole point of just if you look up the structure of a formula and you take the time to write it, it will save you so much time. Pivot tables, formulas, all that shit.
It's funny you say pivot tables. That's actually kind of a thing in coding. You think of things in tables.
Excel is coding.
Yeah.
Excel is
I wish I learned Excel.
Microsoft Excel is literally a calculator with coding.
Okay. Very cool. Very, very cool.
If you want to think about it and obviously you can type and make fucking presentations with it and shit.
Yeah.
Not like PowerPoint, but anyway, keep going. I'm sorry.
No, I mean that's basically it. We only worked 3 days this week because of
Can't hurt or
No, I can't be mad.
Can't be
It's
mad at
honestly it's a great job. Little things get to me. The army army
Someone's
gets
gotta
to
do
me,
it.
but yeah. Jesus. I'm gonna grab some water. Why don't you tell me what's on your mind? Because my mouth's starting to stick together because it gets dry.
So
I don't want to make noises in the mic.
well, you have to because I'm going to ask you a question real quick and then you can go get your water.
Okay.
You don't need your headphones to say this, but were you aware of Instagram Gate on the 31st of October?
I don't even know what that is.
I forgot to
Instagram Gate.
I forgot to bring this up, so go get your drink.
Is that like Pizzagate thing?
It's my Pizzagate.
Like Watergate?
It was our Pizzagate for this podcast, and I'll tell you why.
Whoa, hold on.
So, on October 31st, I'm not sure if a lot of people's personal accounts were affected by this, but I was reading both on Reddit and on the just general Google searches. There were people. Oh my God, that fucking remind me to never ever eat a pretzel again before we record.
Oh, yeah.
There were tons of people writing articles and shit about what happened to Instagram because people's Instagram accounts were being deleted because of a violation, or like if you get too many strikes, like on YouTube, your channel can get taken down. And
Like for inappropriate stuff?
yeah, on YouTube,
Sensitive content.
it's called a strike, and you get 3 strikes, your account's gone.
Oh.
So on Instagram, our account for this podcast was deleted.
What?
It was removed.
What?
So I was like, what the fuck happened? I couldn't log in. And this error was happening with a ton of people too. You would go to log in, and then it would make you verify the account with a text to a cell phone number.
Okay.
And I was putting in my cell phone number, and I was pressing verify so that it would send me the code, and it wouldn't send the code. You would just get a spinning wheel on the screen.
Dude.
And then eventually the app would the app would either crash, or it would just give you an error message, and you'd have to fucking back out. So I have a login for myself and a login for this podcast, and all I could use was my personal account. But I was full on prepared to be like, well, I guess we got to start our Instagram from scratch. It's fucking gone, and I couldn't figure out why. And there were, and this happened to like a bunch of
So
people.
you started it again from scratch?
No.
Oh.
A couple of people like would said, especially on Reddit, they were like, people were following the hashtag on Twitter because people were fucking obviously blowing up Instagram, being like, what the fuck is going on? Why is my account deleted? For no reason. Also, we've never had a violation. Our account is less than a year old, so it's not like we've had time to do very much on there. We don't have a ton of followers yet, or like period, but there's people whose whole livelihood is on their Instagram page.
Oh, yeah.
Like you were saying, like some people don't need a real job, or like don't need to go anywhere to make money.
Yeah.
They make their money online.
Oh, yeah.
So people's Instagram accounts were being deleted for no reason at all. And eventually, like with enough people bombarding Instagram on Twitter and I guess blowing up the chat support, I couldn't even get into the chat support to ask what was going on.
Probably because everybody was, yeah.
Exactly. I think they took it down.
Jeez.
Like the chat, I think they took the chat feature down because it wasn't available on the actual like website on a computer. So what happened was I just checked back later, and our profile was back. All of our likes were there.
Really?
All of our posts were there. Videos, links. No followers were gone. And another thing, I almost forgot. I think what happened was Instagram was trying to crack down on bots, like spam profiles. So a lot of people, regular people too, like my personal account, you would lose like 20 followers. Well, also because some accounts were illegitimately deleted, but they cracked down on a lot of bots, and I think I lost like 10 followers because they're spam accounts, and they were just straight up removed.
Dude, yeah.
So I was this I'm telling you, I was this close. I thought our account was just fucking gone.
I gotta say, so there, one of my videos, the video that I put up, I think I talked about this before. The video that I put up of my pirate skeleton, it has like 5,000 views, which is like nothing to most people, but I think it's like all bots, dude, over in India.
That's another
It
thing.
is so weird. I'm like, how did this one catch all these bots?
Every once in a while, I'll post a reel to our Instagram for this pod, and like we were talking about before we started recording, me and you privately were like, I mean, it's a good clip, but it's not hilarious.
No.
And
it has like 12,000 views in a day.
Right. Like every once in a while, I think that's kind of those are kind of illustrated to make people like, this is kind of fucking tinfoil hatty of me, but it's the same thing with TikTok. or it goes the same for TikTok. I think that every once in a while they'll not, there's no they technically, but an algorithm of some kind will pick a post.
Yeah.
And they will flood it with either not. Oh God, this is it's probably so much less involved than this.
This is also so boring. Like this stuff, this kind of thing to me.
Well, to
like
you,
Instagram.
You're one
like
person,
right?
And
I can't I can't focus on like.
Maybe
on,
we
like,
should talk about Scream. Maybe we should talk about Scream 5 again. How about that?
I didn't mean you're boring. I meant like trying to research the algorithm. I've tried before. I'm like, dude, I'm so bored out of my mind doing it.
It's none of my business what it actually does, but what I think it does is that it will pick a reel out of the thin blue sky with a hashtag, and it'll get like a multiplication table's more worth of views than your other regular ones do. And I think that is just to keep people using it.
Okay.
Like there was something I heard about TikTok a long time ago, is that your very first TikTok.
Well, that's true.
Your very first TikTok will get boosted.
Yeah.
So that it will get a ton of views, and that'll keep you using it and posting and posting.
Yeah, it's like heroin.
That didn't happen to us though. We got other TikToks of ours that were funny got a lot of views.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if it's true anymore.
I swear that mermaid joke one better be in there somewhere in the top 20 views.
It's just a regular. It's just a regular amount.
That's one of the best jokes I ever made.
Okay.
Oh,
I know you're super proud of that joke.
That joke. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like that one's for the comedy gods.
You know what?
What?
Let's move on.
I've got plates. I have one.
Awesome. Me too.
I really only have one. Insta-Gator. Have you seen this?
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Have you heard about this?
No.
Yeah, I know. That's the first time I saw it,
Was that on
too.
a Jeep?
No, it wasn't. But it was funny. One of my buddies sent me a picture of an infidel Jeepers yesterday. He said, because I know you love this. He also listens now to the podcast. He loves this podcast. Oh, we got to have him on. He said he wanted to come on. We're having a guy on next episode.
You're going to love what I'm about to say then.
Why?
Not only do I have a listener submitted funny plate.
Okay.
But I pulled into I pulled into work on Monday this week, and somebody was in my parking spot.
Oh yeah? Is it say Tom on the parking spot?
No.
Oh, it's just the one you usually park in.
No, we don't have assigned parking spots at all.
Okay.
But there's a rhythm to any parking lot. Like
There is.
I usually am like the second or third person there for the entire day.
Okay.
And so it was weird for my spot, in finger quotes, to be taken, but it was taken by an infidel Jeeper.
Holy shit, they're invading.
And I was like,
there's so many of them.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? And not only was it an infidel Jeeper, but it was like an
what is that? Ginny cat?
Oni cat.
Oh.
It's like an anime thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was like, who the fuck?
What weeb is driving around in a Jeep?
An infidel Jeep at that.
It says infidel Jeepers on
the
it as
front.
well. Oh my god! And they're a weeb
on the top rocker of the windshield is infidel fucking Jeepers.
They're a
dude.
senpai infidel Jeepers.
It's a fucking trifecta. Who gives a shit,
dude? I think I'm gonna be sick.
I was so fucking upset. So that's why I was double like, who the fuck is in my parking spot?
Oh my god, dude.
Oh,
hey, have you thought about doing stand up?
No.
Ever? No. Would you be too nervous to do it?
You know what? Let me take that back. Yes, I did think about it for about a second, but the stand up that I enjoy is like really well written jokes. Like
Sam
Morrill or
like Anthony Jeselnik.
Well,
his jokes are really well written.
They're a certain type of joke though. His humor skews dark, which is funny to me, and his joke style is like set up, unexpected punchline, or like twist,
Right,
kind of.
right. His is
Dark
three.
twist.
His is 3 lines. All of his jokes are 3 lines, and he took that from an older comedian. And
It's a
and I can't
formula.
remember. It is. They're great jokes. They're
So
brilliant jokes.
That's the type of joke that I like is just a nice, well written joke. Like I like storytellers a lot. Like I love listening to them and seeing them.
Right.
But I don't think I have enough funny stories to ever make that a style either. So I don't like every fucking comedian ever says, like, I don't think, like, I wouldn't find my voice in particular. And plus is like a super, like, you know what it's like in the DIY music scene to grind and grind.
All the time and then never
get nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like
Been doing it for 20 years.
It's like, okay, now start over from 0 years.
Right. I know.
So I don't really want to.
But there's some people that find their way fairly quickly when they switch art forms. Like there's some people that are like, oh yeah, and then I realized I should have been an actor all this time, and then they just do really well as an actor.
Well,
and they start old.
I have a level of comfortability on stage.
Like Steve Carell. Steve Carell did that. He didn't get started in his acting career until he was about 40.
Yeah, sure. And he's one of the like greatest.
He is one of the greatest
comedic actors.
Yeah, but he's also one of the greatest dramatic actors.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good at it.
Yeah, Foxcatcher. Story about John DuPont.
I did not see that.
Okay, well he won like an
curious.
Academy Award for that.
Really?
Yeah, he played John DuPont.
All right, this is completely off topic. It's
no, I want to know.
But, the first tweet I ever liked.
Yeah,
I favorited it. This is how long ago it was. It was
you can favorite a tweet.
That's what it was called before people called liking it. So the first one I ever liked was by Rainn Wilson.
Oh, he's hilarious.
And it was the year that it was the last year that the Oscars. The last year that The Office was on air. Up for an Emmy.
Okay, so 2013 was the last year it was on. So I would say like 2011 was the last year it was up for an Emmy, maybe?
It was either the last season it was in the Emmys. No, it was... I'm sorry, I'm fucking... It was the last season that Michael was on, which was season...
7.
6, I think.
No, 7.
When him and Holly moved to Denver?
Yeah, season 7.
So, Rainn Wilson tweeted, "The world should be ashamed." I remember it verbatim. "The world should be ashamed that my God damn it,
Michael?
No, fuck. The world should be ashamed that Steve Carell did not win an Emmy for playing Michael Gary Scott. The end."
Okay.
And I was like, "Fucking true. He should have won a goddamn Emmy for
I
Michael."
thought he did before.
No.
Really?
Steve
Carell.
Damn, Steve Carell never won an Emmy for Michael Scott, which is shocking to think about.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I don't give a shit about celebrities doing anything, like winning, it does, like, the fact that the Oscars exist sometimes gets under my skin.
Well, them Emmys, Grammys, it's all just paid for.
Right. I just mean, we make such big deals about these people just appearing in movies. Like, it's not that. I mean, I love movies more than
the average lay person.
Right. More than most things. And even I'm like, okay, maybe give.
Great.
Yeah, like, it's, when I look at like special effects and stuff, I'm like, oh, like those guys deserve to be recognized. But an entire award show for people that make, like, that are in movies, so it's not that big a deal to me.
Well, becoming a role, like when somebody really nails it in a role, it deserves recognition.
It does, but
that's the point.
But I think that's
what the Oscars also used to be.
But isn't the Oscars like the most televised, that has like the piece of television that has the most viewers out of anything else?
No.
Really?
Super Bowl.
Oh, I forgot about the Super Bowl.
The Oscars is way down, by the way.
Yeah, I think most people don't give a shit. Like,
ratings of the ratings of the Academy Awards, the Emmys, the Golden Globes, and a lot of those award shows are tanking.
So do you think the newer generation gives a shit about movie stars? Because like their stars are like TikTok people and Instagram people and stuff.
People who are stars now are also accessible. And those people, who were Oscar winners and stuff were not accessible. People like Leo
Sure.
Leo DiCaprio
Yeah.
or Brad Pitt.
Of course.
Those are people you know nothing about because they're just removed from the regular world.
You see
Because
a
they're
million
so
pictures
famous.
of them, but really you don't know much about them.
Right, but most people's favorite influencers or celebrities and famous people, they know what they had for breakfast this morning.
That is very true. Although I would go as far as to say you don't really know those people.
Correct.
And their lives. Like
We know what we see.
we have friends that have like that look like they are doing amazing on Instagram. And then we talk to them and like their life is so fucking actually boring.
No, that's what it is. It's a show and tell for your internet friends.
Right, it is. Wow, that's a great way of putting it. Show and tell. Well, we have this saying in the military that, and this, I mean, this could be used for anything, but we constantly hear it from people in the Army, especially, that perception is reality. So, if you look like you're doing the right thing in front of the right people,
You'll be perceived as doing the right thing.
Yeah, that is the reality. So if your uniform's fucked up, like this is just a dumb example. If your uniform's fucked up, but let's say all day long you were doing really tough, hard work. You know, there's been days where I was on details all day long doing stupid shit on some active duty base or whatever, and like carrying mattresses all fucking day to like 200 rooms or something, like up and down 4 flights of stairs,
What a
like
nightmare.
all day, 2 days in a row. Like I've done that before, and like uniform is like fucked up or I'm all sweaty or something. And then the sergeants that see you are like, "Why are you all fucked up looking, soldier?" Like you know,
Because-
stuff like that. And you try to explain to them, and they'll say some shit like, "Perception is reality. Clean yourself up. Like you look like shit," kind of a thing. Like
To which you say, your mom's box. The end.
no, you do not say.
Go
that.
fuck yourself.
You do not say that. Yeah. Now that I am a sergeant, like you don't really get fucked with like that anymore.
No, you went through the shit.
Well, I mean, now
you ranked
now
up.
you get butt fucked a whole different way.
Yeah. Big green weenie comes
Yeah.
to fuck us
now
again.
now you get fucked because you're in charge of people that are fucking up constantly, and you have to reprimand those people. Haku,
Nice.
I swear to God,
He's fine. He's not going to do anything.
he does things all the time.
I've got. Oh, let me get back to the plates. I only have one, and it was submitted by guest of the pod listener Jay.
I knew it because he showed me one earlier in the week. I said send that.
Iqua.
What is it?
IYEKWAH. What the fuck does that say?
Aiqua.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he submitted that.
Somebody's that's very proud of their own name.
Oh, it has a great sticker. This vehicle makes frequent stops at your mom's house. So
Oh,
that
that's
was
fucking
redeeming
funny.
for me.
That's pretty good.
And then the last thing on my mind. Did you vote last week?
No.
Me either.
Damn, I thought you were about to yell at me for not voting. I swear to God.
No.
Dude, it was funny. I was driving today and I was like, oh my God, do I not feel like fucking talking about voting?
I don't want to talk about voting, but I do want to talk about
Why I didn't vote?
No. I don't want to talk about voting
Okay.
at all.
All
I
right.
want to talk about people who go to polling places with signs. Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah. I also I want to talk about
It's
signs
so
in general.
weird to me.
By the way, I'm not going to fucking vote for you unless you take your signs down the next day. You know what? You do so the haunted okay.
Tell them.
Do you know the haunted house that we do?
Of course, I was there, dummy.
Obviously. Okay, you know the wall that I built?
Yeah, you took it down the next day.
Sure. Do you know what we used to stand the wall up?
Political sign polls.
Yep.
All right.
My dad goes. Let's just say my dad
Allegedly.
obtains these.
He acquires
Acquires
sign polls.
fucking sign poles, and I'm about to go do the same fucking thing.
Are these the kind of sign polls that one might find on a political sign?
All politicians can seriously lick my fucking gooch. I hate them all so much.
Eat my balls.
I truly can't think of anybody who's really done anything for our community that has been a politician. It's always people that are just good-hearted, that just take it upon themselves to do things. I don't know.
There's one politician, one singular one, and
Okay.
it was a super localized instance too, named Mike Smith, and he was like in a district like in my exact area running for I think a congressional seat, but like I saw him like at there was like paper shredding events and like clothing drop-offs. I've seen him at multiple things like doing stuff, so I was like, nah, he deserves to get voted for, I guess. Seems like a
What's
stand-up
his
guy.
job?
I couldn't tell you.
There you go.
I don't care.
There you go.
I don't care.
You were also at both of those things.
Yeah. But I'm just there to do it and go away.
So is he.
Well, no, he's there to be perceived
Exactly.
by people who like me, who are his
Oh my God.
constituency, who would vote for him and get him in.
Do you know what
in his
Liz and I
position.
got in a, not even a fight, but just like a dumb discussion about this morning before she left for work?
Can't wait.
She was telling me, because I drink those Herbalife shakes, and
Oh,
she every time I
no.
bring them up, she brings up that it's a pyramid scheme.
You support those?
Herbalife?
Oh man, it's
I like the way they taste.
fair enough. Multi-level marketing.
Yeah, of course I know it's a pyramid scheme.
It's-
like everybody know. I get it. I
But you
full on
like
get
the
it.
products.
But I pointed out to her that everything is a pyramid scheme.
Not everything.
Everything
Not
is a
quite.
pyramid
No,
fucking
it's
scheme.
not.
Everything is a sham.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's not.
Yeah,
Nope.
it is.
No, it's
Somebody's getting fucked no matter what they do work-wise.
Yeah, but they're not getting fucked by other people above them always.
But they are.
But they're not. There's people who work for themselves and support themselves. Sure, they have bills to pay, and they're getting fucked by things like unfair taxes or
But think about-
sometimes bad customers.
Think about everything you're wearing right now.
It's a product,
Yeah.
just like
Do
you.
you think it was made by a person getting fair pay?
I know for a fact it wasn't.
There you go. So you
How
support
about
it
you?
too.
So did you.
I fucking know.
Then why
But
are you fucking
because I've
pointing your
accepted
fi-
because
you-
I'm not pointing the finger.
You point one finger at me. You're pointing
because everybody's
three
like
back at yourself.
you support that, and I'm like, yeah, this is America. We fuck people over, and then you go to other countries and they fuck people over, and everybody's fucking somebody. I promise you.
That does not make it a pyramid scheme. It just means that they're getting fucked. A pyramid scheme is
Somebody's at the top.
Is
There's
a
a bunch of
specific
people at the
thing.
bottom.
But that's not what a pyramid scheme is.
No. I understand that.
No, you don't.
What I'm saying, I do. I actually do. What I'm saying is, no matter what you support or where you're buying from, somebody's getting fucked.
That's not news either. You can't.
There you go.
Oh God.
So don't get mad at me for supporting Herbalife when I go and buy a fucking.
You should not be lambasted for buying a product that you like. The fact that it does come from a company that does things like that to people who try and just make some money sucks ass. But guess what? Other companies do it too.
Every company
in different,
does that shit. The Army does it. Every
in
company.
different ways.
Exactly.
Everybody does it somehow.
Everybody's doing it.
So we're in this. We're in the same boat about that.
Oh, I know. I was just trying to explain to Liz, my lovely wife.
The fact that it is Herbalife specifically, though, is just a little like it just.
It is. It's really
sucks a
funny,
little.
but
It is silly.
I'll say though, that shit works.
Okay.
No, really. So the barbershop I used to manage was three stores over from an Herbalife location.
They have physical locations.
They're all over the place. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. There's like
I
a
thought-
handful around here.
I thought they were just like fucking Avon, and they just distributed their products
you
to
can
their
just-
fucking people.
No, you can just walk in, go buy a shake and a tea and a aloe, and then leave. It's like $7 or $8.
Where the fuck is this location?
Well,
no
there's
way.
any place that you see that says like something nutrition, Limestone Nutrition, Good Vibes Nutrition, they're all over the place.
This makes me happy.
Yeah.
I put in the search Herbalife.
Did it pop up pyramid scheme?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 locations. They all have the red thing permanently closed. That makes me so happy.
No, but there's a bunch of them around here.
They're all permanently closed. I just
No,
saw
there's
it.
not. I can name. I mean, I just named 3 actual ones.
You didn't name a single one.
Yeah,
you
I
said
did.
there was one 3 doors down from the barbershop that you used
Well,
to
there's
manage.
Bear Nutrition, Limestone Nutrition, and Good Vibes Nutrition.
None of those say Herbalife. Maybe they carry
those are-
Herbalife products.
No, that's what they are. They're Herbalife distribution centers. They're just not called Herbalife on the outside of them.
Then that's not a fucking physical location of Herbalife. God damn it.
What are you? What? Yes, it is.
No, it's not. The sign, if the sign doesn't say Herbalife, it is not an Herbalife building. Herbalife does not pay the rent on that building. They didn't put the sign up. They don't pay the employees. Their products can be found there, and that's why they are a distribution center. The company buys the products from Herbalife and sells them to customers. It is not an Herbalife location. It is a location where you can get it.
Oh my fucking god. Okay. So anyway,
Yes.
so the one that I used to work 3 stores down from, a lot of our customers who were overweight would just start going there because they lived in that neighborhood, like right behind the shop in Bear. And I watched people lose like over 100 pounds doing Herbalife.
And other things?
Well, yeah, just changing their diet in general.
Oh, you mean like the number one thing?
But no, but what you do is you replace 2 meals a day with an Herbalife shake. So it's basically just making you
it's-
feel full enough that you don't die of starvation and then you lose all the weight. Because some people, I'd be like, are you exercising? They're like, nah, all I do is do the 2 shakes a day and I just live normally.
Well, yeah, you're cutting out 2 entire meals. That's way less.
Well, you're
food.
replacing them.
Well, sort of.
Well, yeah, you are. Not sort
Well,
of, you are.
Yeah, you're being satiated another way without a meal.
There you go.
That's
Without
the
any of the extra calories,
well,
basically.
that's obviously why they lost the weight.
But I know, but what I'm saying is,
Is what you said.
it works for people. Like that dumb pyramid bullshit works for people if they want to lose weight.
Cutting out 2 meals a day? Yes, I'm sure it does.
Well, it's not cutting out 2 meals. It's
It's
replacing the meals.
You're not eating 2 more plates of meal a day.
Right, you're
That is
substituting.
not-
You're just drinking 2 milkshakes
right.
or whatever, not milkshakes. I guess.
Something. I'd call it a shake.
Milkshake.
Smoothie, milkshake.
Yeah, it's like
shake,
it's more like
whatever,
a smoothie.
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So yeah, if you eat less, you'll lose the weight.
no kid.
Yeah,
No
mind
kidding.
blown.
You have abs yet? Speaking of losing weight?
Me?
Yeah.
I always have abs.
You know what? I heard a funny saying about abs. You know where abs are made?
I don't know where.
In the kitchen.
Okay.
It's funny.
I get it.
Like no matter how many sit-ups or crunches and shit you do,
Oh, yeah.
you can do all the ab workouts you want. You're not going to get abs unless you change your diet around.
Oh, definitely. And running. Running will give you abs. You do a lot
Probably.
of waist movement type of things. Running will also help you because like my issue right now is as I get older, because I do lots of ab workouts, I'll have a completely flat stomach or like an ab stomach. And then like on the sides.
Yeah, you have love handles.
They're almost like love handles. It's like muscle that just builds up on the sides and it looks
Still a
weird.
handle.
It is. It is kind of like a love handle.
Well, it just
so
is
I'm
what
like,
it is.
I'm like, how do I get this? But the way you got to get rid of that is running. And I run every day, but I got to run for longer. I got to do more than just a mile every day. I got to do like 2 miles a day. Because I'll do a mile and then I go lift. That's like my warm up, and then I go lift.
It used to be mine too. I didn't like it though.
I know. Because we
Well.
stopped running every Wednesday.
No, I'm talking about years ago when I first started going to gyms. Anyway, are you working with anybody this week? You kind of already talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, everybody pretty much showed up this week, which is fucking
Wow, it sounds
weird
like a
to
goddamn
say.
miracle.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to the way things are here at my job. I mean, I've been there 6 months now. It's been 6 months. By the time this comes out, it'll be exactly 6 months. So it's nice. I'll tell you what. I constantly ask questions. Still,
Tell you what.
I'll tell you what. I constantly ask questions.
Like them?
I'm constantly learning.
Like this one? What?
So that was terrible. Where's the crickets?
Nope.
What the fuck? Only you can press the buttons.
That's right. Because I get the right ones.
Don't knock over my Godzilla pins. Get out of here. Get your fingers out of here. Yeah, I'm constantly
Everybody
learning.
showed up.
Some days I wake up at 5 a.m. and go, fuck, what have I done with my life? And then I get to
Really?
work, and then by halfway in, I'm like, okay, I really like it here. I like the guys I work with, yada, yada, yada.
You
Yeah,
still have existential crises?
all the time. Yeah, I don't sleep very much at all.
You should try it. It's nice.
I'm fucking trying.
It's also one of the healthiest things you can do is a good sleep schedule.
I know, but...
Because health starts with recovery.
So it's been a common theme. That's what I wanted to talk about. I was up early this morning. So I've been told by multiple people now they think that I have ADD, and I
know for a fact you do.
I don't.
You do.
And I will explain to you why I don't. First
Can't
of all,
wait.
I don't really believe in ADD. I just don't really think it's a real thing.
That's interesting.
No, it's not. My brain happens to move very fast. My dad's the exact same way. I just have a bunch of thoughts all the time. So it's not ADD. I'm just constantly thinking, and I move on to the next thing.
Because
I what?
Because why?
Because that's how my brain works.
Because why can't you stick with the one?
I can stick with the one just fine. Do you only want to talk about one thing, though? My brain moves really fast. My dad, like I said, my sister's the exact same way too. We just keep moving on to the next thing. We put that aside. We make a note of it. And this morning, I was getting so mad because everybody last night at the fucking table, we went out with our friends last night.
You did what?
Yeah, we went out.
You went out?
Yeah, at 6:15 p.m.
Are you?
What? What are you so mad about?
Keep going.
That's early. It was nice. We were done by 8 o'clock. Got home 8:30. I went to bed by 9. It was fantastic.
You
woke up at fucking 4.
You
had
got in
existential
bed.
dread. Huh?
You got in bed. You didn't go to bed.
No. I as soon as I get in bed, I fall asleep. It's staying asleep that's my problem. Because I have so many thoughts, I need to get up. And that's where I came up with my idea for this Freddy Krueger doll when I wake up in the middle of the night. So I'll wake up around 3, 4. I'll have a bunch of good ideas. I'll write them down on my phone or something. And then, yeah. So anyway, everybody last night at the fucking table is trying to explain to me why I have ADD. And I'm going, no, that's not what ADD is. Everybody nowadays just always has to have something. They have to have fucking every problem under the book.
ADD's been around forever, though.
No, it hasn't.
It has.
No, ADD is fairly new.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
When do you think ADD was invented?
Invented?
Yeah.
When it was classified, maybe? I don't know. Years and years and years and years ago.
No, ADD has been a thing since like the 70s.
No, but, well, yes.
Yes, that's not that long.
It's not new.
It's fairly new.
I was diagnosed when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
With ADHD.
Okay.
Which is much different.
All right.
But it is not.
Do you take medicine for it?
I used to.
Okay, you don't anymore, right?
No, I chose to stop taking it because I didn't like the adverse side effects.
And you go to work. You're a functioning adult.
Hardly.
You go to work.
It's not. I'm not. Just because of the fact that I can go to work and do my job.
But you also do your hobbies.
Does not mean that I don't have it. Because it affects how I do my work and it affects how I get things done. Like the timeline in which I do things. Have you noticed how forgetful I am sometimes?
Yeah, but that's because of your brain injury.
No, it's not only because of that, though. It's a bunch of things combined, and that is one of them. This is my lived experience. You can't tell me my lived experience.
I'm not telling you your lived experience.
You're trying to.
No,
You're trying
I just
to do
don't
it.
think ADD is a real thing.
I do.
I just think people are not disciplined enough
that is
to
not
overcome the distractions.
That is not untrue. It does take a lot of fucking discipline to do things.
It
and
does.
Some people, it takes a much different, like a more extreme amount to overcome those things. It's just like me.
Yeah.
Luckily, I can fucking catch myself when I'm drifting off or I get easily distracted and I start to like fuck around. But like the difference between ADD and ADHD, like I can read a book for 30 minutes and study it, and then I close the book and put it down and I don't remember a single thing.
I think that's fairly normal for everyone, though.
It's not. I know tons of people who can read stuff and they retain stuff. It takes me a bunch of times to retain stuff.
Yeah, but
That's just one instance.
But when you read, okay, so you just read a book about Jimmy Norton, right?
I'm still reading it because I can't ever stop working on this podcast to get to bed at a
Right,
good time.
there you go. So when you're reading that book, you're highly interested in that book, right? I think that here's what I think ADD has become. I think as humans, we've put ourselves in these positions where we're constantly doing things we really don't want to do. And I have no idea why we made things so difficult on ourselves, but that's just how we've progressed.
That's another thing.
So what I'm saying is, when it comes to the haunted house, do I have ADD? No, I get shit done. When it comes to my art projects or my music, I sit there, I focus, I do my thing. If I had what ADD
That doesn't sound like
is,
you have ADD.
but that's what I'm saying. I don't have ADD.
You probably don't.
There you go. I don't.
I think people don't know how to. Here's what I think as a sufferer of ADHD
Okay.
and somebody who actually has this shit.
Okay.
I think the people who say that about you hear you describe the way that you're not scatterbrained is also the wrong kind of thing too. But
I'm a fast thinker.
you leave the fucking self-complimentary shit out.
It's not
You
self-complimentary.
move on from shit quickly.
Yeah.
And you're constantly zip zap zopping around.
I am zip zap zopping.
But it's not because you're distracted. It's because you can't stop moving.
Yeah.
That is not ADD.
No.
And they don't understand that.
There you go. Thank you. Case is one. You hear that, Liz? She heard it.
Did she heard it, but she ain't listening.
I don't know where she's at.
I'm not listening either, by the way. Let's wrap
To
it up.
what? What you're saying?
No, I'm bored of myself already.
Really? See, that was the best thing you said all night.
Why? Because it was something that you agree with.
No.
No, just that.
No, but that was probably the most interesting thing you said all night.
Sure.
Yeah, seriously. That was a good way to put it.
Let's talk about Scream 5 again.
I don't want to. That movie is fucking trash. You know what else was trash? The new Candyman. Fucking Nope was trash.
Nope was not trash. Candyman wasn't great, but it wasn't dog shit.
Nope was bad.
We need to stop talking about horror movies.
I will say,
and wrap up.
I
this
will
podcast.
say, wait. I will say that Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios recreated, or I'm sorry, they used the actual set of Nope.
In California.
Yeah, but what's the place that Steven Yeun's character owns? Like it was like that ranch,
The ranch.
the gold miners ranch, or I don't remember what it was called. Well,
Me either.
they use the actual set of that you walk through when you enter Halloween Horror Nights
So
to
they're
get to all the
using-
attractions.
They're using the set.
And that's cool. And then they also
That's cool.
recreated the UFO with a projection in the sky. And that's incredible.
Fucking awesome.
It's really neat. And they used characters from Us that were walking around too, which Us is a fantastic film, but that's, almost 4 years old by now.
Sure.
I thought Us was a fantastic film. That's my favorite Jordan Peele movie. I think the other two films are not good.
You want to wrap up this pod? This is a great spot.
I didn't want to, but I will.
Okay. Where can they find us?
You can find us on Instagram, which includes all of our links, including links to TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
It's not deleted, by the way. It's
No,
still there.
It's not. You can find us on Instagram at ThankYouForUrServices_podcast. And if you're not a social media person, but you would like to contact us anyway, we have a Gmail account that Tommy Two Streets over here is constantly checking, and that is ThankYouForUrServices@gmail.com. You're spelled U-R.
I haven't checked it in truthfully about 2 weeks.
Really?
Let's see if we got anything.
I doubt
Live on the
we
air.
have anything. But
What else?
I don't want to live negatively. Tommy over here has a second podcast that he would like to
That's
plug.
true. I would.
All right, will you plug it?
That is a podcast that is only for the silly goose out there, and that is irrelevant and illiterate. That can be found on Instagram at IRR and ILL.
I think it's pretty funny.
It is awfully silly.
Yes.
And I have a good time being just a silly fucking goose sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's what that's about.
Yeah, it's a good time. Other than that, I'm trying to think of anything else. I don't have any shows coming up or anything. I kind of put a lot of that aside. I wanted to work on like my art type of stuff, the haunted house. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I mean we're going to Big J next week. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Couple weeks after that, I'm going to go see Dan Soder. Oh, you know
I'm
what?
jealous of that.
The
That's
day, let's see, this comes out Thursday. Saturday, I'm going to see Ian Fidance at Punchline. That's going to be funny.
My wife gets her surgery next week.
Yeah, scary.
It is. We'll talk about it on the pod.
Someday.
Hopefully, I get to go to Monster Mania tomorrow.
I hope you do too.
Thanks. I really want to meet Phoebe.
You do. You can go. I hope that you do go.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I want to go meet Phoebe from Monster Squad. That'll be a big deal for me.
Your favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for your services!